Welcome back. Here with the Forbes India show, and we're talking to Kishore Biyani. So let's talk about the numbers that are being thrown about now. Lots of numbers saying that India 3 trillion by 2020. So which means you're going to see the per capita income of Indians go up by from $1,000 to $3,000. Of course, it won't be even all through. Does it excite you a lot?
Quite a lot. If you look at the current consumption, I would say $350 to $400 billion. You are talking of 3-time growth even in consumption. We are going to be a $1 trillion economy in terms of consumption. Okay. And all this new consumption is going to come from newer categories. I think these newer categories are to be represented by modern retail. And we are one of the dominant players in modern retail, and we love to be a part of this in whichever way we can.
And will this be rural, urban? Where is
I think we have a strategy which is urban, urban poor, and rural through Aadhaar. Although our rural strategy is still not fully in place, but we have a urban and urban poor strategy fully in place. I think we'll be going towards the rural strategy as we move along in our journey of growth.
So when you say that, so you're seeing Indians moving up the food chain, literally.
We see Indians moving up in quite a few products. They have moved very well into the mobile as a category. They are moving very well on the IT products. If you look at laptops, the amount of sales which we are doing, consumer durables, look at television, look at air conditioners this year are breaking all records. So Indians are learning to consume, learning to buy aspirational products. Okay. And modern retail is making it happen.
So you got into private labels in the FMCG, in toothpaste and cornflakes.
We call it private brands.
Private brand, okay. Private brand. So since you spoke about electronics, do you think you'll be getting into a private brand?
We have a private brand in electronics called Koryo, which is nearly 17 to 18% of our sales. Wherever you will launch our private brands, even in our toothpaste, I think the first 3-4 days result are 40% share, which is unheard of in a category which is so dominant by two players. Okay. So we are excited with whatever we have done. I think every private brand which we have launched has given us at least minimum 25% share in our stores.
In your stores. And you push it a little harder? Do you?
We push it harder, obviously. Okay. It's our brand. We get better margins. And I think we grow the category. Whatever we have seen, whenever you introduce our private brand, the growth of our private brand has come by increasing the, making new users come into it, as well as but the major, if you have grown 40% on what you call the the cereals, I think 30% growth has come with new users coming in, and 10% would be overlap between some brands.
Okay. And since you spoke about the periphery, and you said, so financial services don't interest you so much. I mean, since
financial services, we are going to use credit as a product very strongly, which will be integrated into our retail
future branded credit card. Or?
I think we are launching a product now, which in every furniture, anybody can get credit, just pay 15% and pay in 12 equal installment.
Okay. But don't you run the risk of, I mean...
That's the business we are in. That's the business which we are in. But we are going to deliver furniture to their house. We are willing to take that risk. And we want to grow our book only on furniture, close to 1,000 crores in the next 2 years.
Okay. Because in a sense, ICICI tried to tap into that unsecured market. They found it difficult because of people like us in the media who went after them, and they went to actually, rightly so, went to reclaim their loans.
But you don't know where the money is being spent. Okay. Here we know the money is being spent on furniture. They are going to prepone their purchase, what they would have bought otherwise, and we are going to deliver the product at their house. It's a very different ballgame. Most of the Indians don't have furniture at their homes. How do we make it accessible? How do we make it available? How do you give them credit to make the business happen? I think giving credit to somebody who already has money is making him spend more. I think that's not the logic which we are in. We are going to give it for a product. Okay. We have gone through all these cycles, and probably our understanding is whenever we have lended money against a product buying which has gone into the home of a customer, which is immovable easily, the default rates have been less than 2%.
Okay. When I met you maybe 8-9 years back, you were clearly against MNCs coming into retail because you felt that you hadn't it wouldn't be a level playing field because you hadn't got to a certain size to be able to compete. Has that view changed now?
I think views keep on changing. Nothing is constant. We believe India now needs big money on retail business. Okay. Indian appetite for investing in retail doesn't seem to be as much as what is required as said, because the scale will require money. And in some form, government has been able to understand the need for modern retail to bring down prices on food products and commodities. I think money would be required, and there should be a field which should be created wherein the objective of the government is met and the objective of
so has Kishore Biyani dropped his objection to FDI?
We were never against anything. We said anybody who comes in should come with money. Okay. Then also, today also, it's still the same.
Okay.
There has to be money which should be brought in. People should not come in with $50 million and $100 million to capture a country of 1 billion people.
Okay.
That logic still holds very good.
Your hero, Sam Walton's brand, if I can call him a hero, has opened in Punjab. They're opening more. Is that a threat, or do you think it'll
I think more and more people coming in will open up the market. We have seen a place like Thane where we were the only one. Now there are 5 big retailers who have come in. DMart came in earlier, Reliance came in earlier, Tesco with Star India Bazaar has come in, and Hypercity has come in, and more has come in. And the business of everybody has grown. We were wondering why didn't we open one more store in Thane?
A lot of large Indian houses have got into retail. Their success has been middling. Why do you think it's so? Is it because retail, even in your book you mentioned that retail is really an entrepreneurial game, and these big houses perhaps come in with systems that kill the entrepreneurs?
There are challenges because retail is a business where you keep on learning. The consumer keeps on telling you. So the system and processes can't drive the business in the early phases of growth of this business.
Okay.
Secondly, retail is a long haul business. I think we are judging too early, too soon about various players. I think any serious player who has a long term horizon and the amount of business which one can do in this country, this opportunity will never come back again. Okay. Because this is one of the largest canvas. If in 2020 or 25, when we become a $1 trillion canvas on consumption, I think there would be a large company which will emerge.
So you won't write these people off?
I believe everybody understands this business in their own way, and there is a scope for everybody to do something in this.
Okay. Are you afraid that if you institutionalize, you lose the Kishore Biyani magic touch?
I think we are institutionalizing as much as we can. We believe whatever we have learned, that should be processized, systemized, and you have to keep on doing it. I think one person can't run a large business. My job is to run the strategy and the relationship bits of business, but there are people, huge leadership pool which we have understood this business, and they are contributing to the growth of this business now.
You've attracted a very interesting mix of people over the last few years, whether they're still with you or not. You, Santosh Desai, Rupa Purushottam, Devdutt Patnaik. I mentioned the name because these are not, not the conventional management types. They're brilliant, they're creative in a sense. What attracts you to them and what attracts them to you?
I think business is all about art and science. And I think science is something which is taught in the business schools, and art is something which is not taught anywhere. So we believe the softer side of doing business is also very important to understand. We have to understand the ethnography, we have to understand the history, we have to understand the culture, we have to understand our past. And I think people like Santosh Desai decodes India, Devdutt decodes the past of India, and how do we apply this science, which is already known, into business is something which we feel very excited about. And secondly, I think human beings work for an intellectual kick.
Okay.
And
are you getting results from them?
I think that results are unbelievable because we are sure of what we are doing. Because if there is a history, human beings have not changed.
Give an example of what Devdutt is.
I think Devdutt, through Devdutt, we are building up the leadership model. We have built up a communication model of using characters from mythology to explain what is there. Today, in a book like Mahabharata, there would be every character, every human dynamics probably has been dealt with. I think there is no reason to learn from anywhere. There is everything resides here. So we have learned from it. So our characters of how do we assess performance has come from the mythology. Mm-hmm. How we are building up the leadership model has come from mythology. So a lot of things have emerged from the past.
So how much have you learned from the international experience of Sam Walton? How much?
I think the science can be learned from them, but the art can be learned from whatever is there in this country.
You've succession. What is it going to be? A Biyani always at the helm of the future group, or could it be any of these?
I think we have a good pool of family people who are part of the business, and the younger generation also seems to have joined the business, and they are enjoying their stint in this business. Mm-hmm. I believe the business has got nothing to do with family. The way we have worked it out is family and management is going to be two different things. Okay. If a family member is worthy of running a business, so be it. Okay. But that doesn't mean anything. I can't predict what the future is going to unfold.
Okay, and you're still very, very young. How would you react if your daughter not treats you, but if your daughter reacts to your business the same way as you reacted to your father's business?
I think, but they have been trained to do that. In fact, they have been one of our largest critic and maybe a silent admirer also.
Okay.
So we don't know. I think, but without learning, I think they represent the youth, and their youth represent 60% of our business in every which way. So I think we have to hear them.
Finally, you were the first to really get lots of cricketers to endorse your brand. So is cricket just a vehicle, or is it a passion like Bollywood?
I think passion doesn't come into business. Business is a serious thing.
Okay.
But cricket and religion and cinema are three things where you can connect to masses in this country.
Okay.
Religion we can't use. So cricket and cinema has always been used by us, and we always worked with the best cricketers. Today Sachin works along with us. Dhoni is endorsing our Fashion at Big Bazaar brand. As a film star, Asin is endorsing our Fashion at Big Bazaar range. We had earlier many superstars working with us on the Pantaloons brand. We sponsor Femina Miss India. So we have to be seen as a brand. We have to be noticed every morning to a lot of consumers.
So will that same this thing for brands go into the marketing of your private brands like such, or will it be only at a group level? Because
I think we are going to promote each and every brand. We have now one of a very senior colleague who is going to join our group, Vibha Paul Rishi, who has worked on many brands in the country, and probably she will take away the mantle from me to build brands. The retail brands, and Santosh is there to build the product brands. So I think we'll have two people running this piece now.
Finally, cricket, since you associate so much, who do you support in the IPL? Is it Mumbai Indians, Rajasthan Royals?
I have not been following up as much as what I should do, but I love Sachin as such, and I've been admiring the way he is shaping up. So it is Sachin for Mumbai Indians. That's the way I'm looking at it now.
Sure. Thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.